Okay, first step, my friends, to solve the puzzles. Calculate material, see if black or white have material advantage. White have 7 pieces against 7. Sorry, 8 against 8. 2 bishop, 2 knight, 2 rooks and queen. Same material, pawn structure. 3 against 3 on the queen side. Black have pawn majority in the center with pawn d5 and pawn e6, and white have pawn majority on the queen side. On the king side, 3 against 2. Last move, we play rook f e1, protect knight e5, and after rook f e1 he prevent bishop takes rook. Playing this in this position, black play bishop e6 and white protect the rook with rook f e1. Now black can take on f2 with the check, force king h1, and you can see bishop and 3 pieces control c1, control f1. We can give, I want to give checkmate, but we have 2 pieces, so we have 3, bishop, queen and rook against 2. If I give check with the queen, you can take with rook, and if rook takes, queen takes, bishop takes f1, we trade pieces, but we can win material advantage with queen f2 and queen takes rook. Check, check. Okay, bishop f1, my friends. Because queen e1, rook f1, trade the queens, not a good idea. Just take, and bishop f1 threat. Bishop f1 with bishop f1 we threat bishop g7. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to my stream. Queen f2, king h1. Want to give checkmate with queen g2 or bishop g2. Bishop f1, if rook f1, queen takes f1, but checkmate. Let's go. He take with bishop on d5, protect g2. Take on d5, check and mate. We win 5 points. Let's go next puzzle. C takes d5. Let's take a look at material. We have 4 against 4. 4 pieces against 4 pieces. Pawn structure, 2 pawns against 2 pawns on the queen side, on the king side. On the queen side, 3 against 2. White have pawn majority on the queen side, 3 against 2. And black have pawn majority in the center with pawn d5. Last move, pawn c6. This pawn on c6 blockade the queen. The queen control 6th rank. With c takes d5, black open 6th rank. We can give a checkmate with knight, bishop and queen. We can play a forcing move, knight e5 check. If pawn takes e5, check with bishop, queen control h2 and b8 diagonal. So if I give check with bishop on e6, we control e6, c8 diagonal with bishop. Only move for black king, go to the corner, then we can give checkmate in 3 by queen takes d5 check. mate in 2 if king go to g8. Bishop f3, queen f3, king b8, queen d5, bishop c6, queen c6, king b8, queen b7 mate. After knight e5, if you play king, if you go to the corner now, you can play queen d5, bishop c6, queen c6, and queen b7 mate. You can see, my friends, with c takes d5 and b takes e5, we open 6th rank to control e6 with the queen and bishop. Destroy pawn structure to force checkmate in 3. Easy puzzle, easy win. 2 puzzles in a row. Good start. Thank you. Let's go. Rook and game. Let's play like Yuri Averbach in rook and game. Now in this position, white threat check and rook c1 check. Rook c8, rook e8, rook c8. If you stop the check with the rook, you can give check and win the rook. Just promote queen. No, my friends. Promote bishop. We can promote queen. If I promote queen, my friends, you can give check. And after queen takes rook, black, you can move the white king in zugzwang position. If I put the queen on e8, tricky puzzle. Okay, promote rook. If I promote rook, you can give check and promote on c8. What to do, my friends? Okay, if I promote queen, you can give check, queen takes rook, stalemate. But if I promote bishop and you give check, we can take with bishop and he can go to e6 or e7. Let's promote bishop and win the game. Let's go.
Let's go. E4. 1 E4. Best by test, according to Bobby Fischer. E5. Knight. F3. E takes D4. Knight. F6. Bishop. E7. E5. Knight. G8. Bishop takes E7. Queen takes E7. Bishop. B7. Castle's short. Knight. H6. Knight. C3. Castle's kingside. F4. Rook. A D8. Bishop. F3. Bishop takes F3. Rook takes D6. Queen. E5. Rook. E6. Queen to G5. F6. Queen. D5. C6. Queen. D1. Knight. F5. Don't run out. C5. Rook. D8. Queen. B3. Queen takes C5. Is that check? Knight. D4. Knight. A4. Knight takes B3. Knight takes C5. Rook. E D6. Rook. D1. Check. Rook. F1. Rook takes A1. Rook takes A1. Knight to E4. Getting low on the clock. Rook. D2. A4. Knight. G5. A5. Knight. F3. White's getting low on the clock. Rook a2. Rook takes a2. Black wins by resignation.
I lose by mouse deep. Free knight, Alich in defense against e4. Let's go, never give up. Bishop f5 blunder. If I move the rook, he can give check. I think now we can play rook c4 and c4, threat discover check. Okay, double check, king g7. Pin and win. Take the pawn. Time trouble. Too strong, too fast. Let's go, my friends. Can we beat Grandmaster in 1 minute time control? French defense, Taraj variation. Knight f3, knight f6. Short castle, c3, let's go. Make knight outpost. And now let's protect. He can take with the check and win the bishop. No problem. Bishop c5 check. Bishop c5, and king h1. I'm pinning the bishop. Maybe not. Let's blockade with rook. Threat queen h6 and rook h4. Take the mate. We beat Grandmaster, my friends. Let's go.
It's showtime. E4. Bobby Fischer's favorite. 1 e4. Bishop c4. Knight c3. a6. A4, B6, D4, bishop, B7, D5, D6, D takes E6. White wins by resignation. It's showtime.
6 seconds
Bobby
to
Fischer's
be at
favorite.
2500.
One,
Easy puzzle,
D6.
easy win. Let's go.
Ah, the Pirates. Knight F3, Knight C3, Bishop G4, C6. That's a short castle. E5, D4, Bishop takes F3, E takes D4, Knight E2, C5, Bishop G5, Knight C6, Queen G3, Bishop E7, F3, Knight E5, Bishop D5, Knight takes D5, Knight takes E7, F4, Knight 5, G6, E5, D takes E5, F5, Knight F4, Queen takes G7, Knight takes E2. Is that check? Rook F8, Rook 8, E1, Knight F4, Knight D5, F6, Queen D7, F takes E7, Rook G8. It's game time. Rook F2. Black's running out of time here. Rook C8. Queen H5. Rook G7. Queen H6. Queen G4. H3. Queen G6. Queen H4. Queen G3. Queen takes G3. Rook F5. White needs Rook E2. Knight takes F5. Black wins by resignation.
Let's go, Mr. Carlos. Easy puzzle, easy win.